All right, day 5. This is going to be our second full extension, triple extension. There we go. I'm stumbling out the gates. Day 5. This is our second triple extension day of the week, and the first one we're going to be prioritizing is the snatch. But make sure, as always, warm up. Everything feels good, and then also for this, we're going to take a little extra time to work on our overhead mobility. So, like I had last time, the bar's loaded. Do this with an empty bar, do it with a PVC pipe, do it with a resistance band, but we want to work on getting used to those arms coming through. So we could do the pass-throughs with a barbell with a band, or not a barbell, with a PVC pipe or a band. The other thing too, which do this with an empty barbell, but I think about trying to, let's see if I can turn sideways to show you. So everything should be straightforward. Do this gently and in control. I'll think about trying to let that bar drift a little bit behind me to put a stretch into my upper back. Don't do that one. Don't try and load that one up in any way. That one is just, we're trying to get used to that chest being pushed forward and having that mobility right there. Moral of the story, spend some time getting more mobile in that overhead position. Then we have 5 sets, 5 reps of ball slams. So if you have a slam ball, if you have a medicine ball, whichever one. For this, the thing we're going to be focusing on, since we're working on the triple extension, is standing all the way to the top with the ball before we slam it down. Because we can just bring the ball up right here and then use our abdominals to just slam it on the ground. We're trying to get used to taking that weight all the way overhead, just like we would with our snatch, and then slamming it on the ground. So here, we're gonna be up, down, up, down. Everyone knows how to slam something on the ground. So from there, we're gonna do our high hang snatch, very lightweight. We'll build this over the weeks, same thing like we did with the cleans. So we're going to stand all the way up, bring it back down just above the knee, pull, catch, stand, there we go. Recover, 3 reps there, so 5 sets, 3 reps. Rest at least a minute in between. Snatch pulls from the ground. So shoelaces are underneath the bar, hands are in position, keeping that chest up and those hips lower. Pull and back down. What was that one? 5 sets, 2 reps. Then we're gonna go super lightweight. So you can do this with the barbell. Do power cleans into a squat. So make sure I don't hit that box. From here, if it's just the barbell, I'm going to catch at the top, do a front squat, and then set it back down. These are called clusters. Well, actually, no, they're not. Clusters would be actually press it overhead. So, power clean into a front squat. So, make sure you're pulling all the way up, catch, ride it all the way down. It's a little different than a squat clean where you could catch it lower. Finally, we're gonna do 4 sets of 8 to 12 wall balls, depending on how you're feeling. Usually, the prescribed weights for guys is going to be a 20-pound ball to a 10-foot target. Girls, it's going to be a 14-pound ball to a 9-foot target, but scale is necessary. So drop the weight, drop how high you're going to throw it, but here's the positioning we're going to want to be in. Ball starts on the ground for, this is just most workouts for CrossFit. You hear the 3, 2, 1, go, or you come over, you're going to grab, squat down below parallel, throw, it hits the target, grab, recover, and back down. So, key points. You have your ball, squat below parallel, and it's like your push press. Once you hit the top, make sure you throw the ball, it hits the target. Now from here, usually you're gonna wanna be almost an arm length away. So, vary your distance. You don't wanna be shooting baskets at it because you'd have to like shove it off the wall to get back to you. You want it to go up, kiss the wall, and come back down. So when you're receiving it, you throw it. I don't like to just catch it because that's not going to be good for our cycle rate. So we want to be throwing it up and then catching it, bring it in, and go from there. Make sure, start light with these, get used to the movement pattern, make sure everything feels comfortable, and go from there. I mentioned to you guys the other day that I had something terrible in store for you. Well, congratulations, that day is here. Your Metcon for the day is 100 burpees 4 times. The way I want you to think about this is think about it like you're running a mile. That should be around where your heart rate is. That should be around where your lungs are. So if you start sprinting out the gate on your mile, you are going to be dead around 200 to 400 meters. Same thing with your burpees. We need to think about being consistent. One of the things I like to do is pay attention to how many I can do a minute and try and hold that. Then I know if I come back to a similar workout, okay, I can hold, depending on how my body reacted, I can hold that pace or something similar and go from there. So this is where the form and technique is going to come into play quite a bit, because if we're sprinting, if it were a workout where I said do 3 rounds of 10 burpees and 500 meter runs, we're going to be trying to get off the ground as quickly as possible. With something like this, where there's high volume, we need to be very efficient. So this is like we talked about as far as when you hit the ground, make sure you're rolling yourself up when you get up. I'm not sure if my frame is going to reach all the way down, but I'll do a burpee real quick. Oh, hit the barbell, hit the ground, roll myself up, feet underneath, jump with my hands above my head, and I'm back down. Just like we talked about before, snowboarders, we want to think about our feet being locked into a snowboard. That's the width that we're going for. So try it out, pace it like a mile, let me know how you feel, and that should be it for today.